Welcome to Norway, a land where dramatic landscapes, rich culture, and a fascinating history blend to create one of the world's most captivating destinations. Nestled in the northern reaches of Europe, Norway stretches along the western edge of Scandinavia, bordered by Sweden to the east, Finland and Russia to the northeast, and the vast open waters of the North Atlantic Ocean to the west. Known for its breathtaking natural beauty, Norway is a country where snow-capped mountains plunge into deep blue fjords, and where untamed wilderness lies just beyond the borders of vibrant modern cities. Norway's geography is nothing short of spectacular. The country's iconic fjords, carved by glaciers over millennia, are world-renowned for their sheer cliffs and tranquil waters. The Geirangerfjord and Norway, both UNESCO World Heritage Sites, offer some of the most stunning vistas on Earth. The northern region of the country stretches deep into the Arctic Circle, where the sun never sets in the summer and the ethereal northern lights dance across the winter sky. Here, in places like Tromsø and the Lofoten Islands, visitors experience nature at its most raw and awe-inspiring. Despite its rugged terrain and sparse population, Norway has a rich and vibrant culture. The capital, Oslo, is a city where the past and present exist side by side. Modern architecture and bustling cafes sit just moments away from the medieval Akershus fortress, while the Munch Museum pays tribute to Norway's most famous artist, Edvard Munch. Further west, the city of Bergen, known as the gateway to the fjords, charms with its colorful wooden houses and lively fish market, all set against a backdrop of steep mountains and glistening waters. Norwegian society is built on values of equality, sustainability, and trust. Consistently ranked among the world's happiest countries, Norway boasts a high standard of living, excellent health care, and a well-developed social welfare system. Education is highly valued, and Norwegians take pride in their tradition of openness and inclusivity. The concept of fri luftsliv, or open-air living, is deeply ingrained in the culture, encouraging people of all ages to embrace the outdoors and find harmony with nature. The history of Norway is as dramatic as its landscapes. From the days of the Vikings, whose longships once sailed far and wide, to the present, Norway's story is one of resilience and independence. After centuries of union with neighboring countries, Norway gained full independence in 1905. Today, it is a constitutional monarchy, with King Harald V as its respected head of state. The country's democratic institutions and commitment to human rights have earned it a strong reputation on the global stage. Norwegian cuisine is a reflection of its natural surroundings. Fresh seafood, such as salmon, cod, and shrimp, features prominently on the table, while traditional dishes like rakfisk and lutefisk offer a taste of the country's heritage. And of course, no visit to Norway would be complete without sampling brunost, a unique brown cheese with a sweet caramel-like flavor. Whether you're drawn to Norway for its outdoor adventures, like hiking, skiing, or dog sledding, or its rich cultural offerings, the country promises unforgettable experiences. From the midnight sun of the far north to the lively streets of Oslo, from the tranquil beauty of the fjords to the historic stave churches dotting the countryside, Norway invites you to explore, discover, and be inspired. So whether you dream of chasing the northern lights, exploring ancient Viking history, or simply soaking in the serenity of its untouched landscapes, Norway offers a world of wonder waiting to be explored. Come and discover the magic of this extraordinary country. Tucked away in the heart of Norway's fjord country lies one of the world's most breathtaking railways, the Flam Railway. This remarkable journey, often described as one of the most scenic train rides on the planet, transports travelers from the tiny village of Flåm, nestled at the end of the Fjord, up to the mountain station of Myrdal, nearly 866 meters above sea level. Over the course of just 20 kilometers, the Flam Railway unfolds a panorama of natural wonders, engineering marvels, and unforgettable landscapes. From the moment the train departs Flåm, passengers are in for a visual feast. The carriages glide past emerald valleys, where wooden farmhouses cling to impossibly steep hillsides and sheep graze in wildflower-dotted meadows. The air is cool and crisp, carrying the scent of pine and the distant rumble of water. It's not long before the train begins its ascent, winding its way through the heart of the Norwegian mountains. What makes this journey so extraordinary isn't just the scenery, it's the way the railway interacts with it. The train traverses a series of 20 tunnels, most of them hand-dug over a century ago. Each tunnel marks a dramatic change in perspective, with darkness giving way to sudden bursts of sunlight and new, awe-inspiring views. As the train emerges, passengers are greeted by soaring peaks, plunging ravines, and deep green valleys carved by ancient glaciers. One of the highlights of the journey is the series of waterfalls that cascade alongside the railway. Among the most famous is the Kjosfossen waterfall, an astonishing sight where water plummets 93 meters in a roaring torrent of spray and mist. When the train pauses here, a tradition on every ascent, passengers can step onto the viewing platform and feel the cooling spray on their faces, while the sheer power of the falls fills the air with an exhilarating energy. In the summer months, visitors are sometimes treated to a unique performance, where a mythical huldra, inspired by Norwegian folklore, appears in the mist, adding a touch of magic and mystery to the experience. As the train continues its climb, the landscape transforms. Dense forests give way to rugged snow-capped mountains and highland plateaus. The route crosses rivers and streams that sparkle in the Nordic sunlight, and travelers catch glimpses of isolated farms perched on steep slopes, evidence of Norway's enduring relationship with the land. In spring and summer, wildflowers bloom in vibrant colors, while in autumn, the hills are ablaze with gold and red. The engineering of the Flam railway is as impressive as the scenery. With a gradient of 5.5% on most of the route, it's one of the steepest standard gauge railways in the world. Building it was a feat of determination and ingenuity, requiring bridges, switchbacks, and tunnels that curve inside the mountains themselves. Each turn and climb is a testament to human ambition and a desire to connect remote communities with the rest of Norway. As the train finally arrives at Myrtle Station, travelers are left with a sense of wonder. The journey may have taken less than an hour, but the memories last a lifetime. The Flam Railway is more than a mode of transport. It's an immersion into the wild, dramatic beauty of Norway's fjords and mountains, a timeless adventure that captures the spirit of exploration. For those seeking the world's most memorable train journeys, the Flam Railway is a must. It's a journey through waterfalls, tunnels, and mountain landscapes, a reminder of both the power of nature and the marvels of human engineering, set against one of the world's most stunning backdrops. Rising from the icy waters of the Norwegian Sea, the Lofoten Islands are a place where nature's drama unfolds at every turn. Towering mountains, their jagged peaks dusted with snow, pierce the sky, creating a breathtaking skyline that seems almost otherworldly. The air is crisp, scented with salt and the hint of pine, and everywhere you look, the landscape demands your attention. Whether it's the sheer cliffs plunging into deep fjords, or the verdant valleys nestled quietly in between, Lofoten's scenery is not just beautiful, it's awe-inspiring. The islands are often called the crown jewels of Norway, and it's easy to see why. The mountains, sculpted by ancient glaciers, rise abruptly from the sea, forming some of the most dramatic vistas in the world. In the summer, the sun barely dips below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the rugged terrain for hours on end. This midnight sun bathes the islands in a dreamlike light, perfect for capturing unforgettable photographs. But the landscapes are only part of what makes Lofoten so special. Along the shoreline, you'll find colorful fishing villages, their red and yellow cabins, known as rorbjord, clinging to the water's edge. These villages have been the heart of Lofoten for centuries, with a history deeply rooted in the sea. For generations, fishermen have braved the open waters in pursuit of cod, which remains a vital part of the local culture and economy. Strolling through villages like Rein, Henningsvær, or Nusfjord, you'll see racks of drying fish, boats bobbing gently in the harbor, and a timeless sense of community. For nature lovers, Lofoten is nothing short of paradise. The islands boast a remarkable variety of wildlife. Sea eagles soar above the cliffs, while otters and seals play along the rocky shores. In the water, orcas and humpback whales can sometimes be spotted, especially during the winter months when the herring come to spawn. Birdwatchers flock to Lofoten for the chance to see puffins, cormorants, and countless other species that call these islands home. Yet perhaps the most magical experience Lofoten offers comes after the sun finally sets and darkness falls. Far from the lights of the city, the islands become the perfect stage for one of nature's greatest spectacles, the aurora borealis. When the northern lights appear, they transform the sky into a swirling canvas of green, purple, and pink. Watching the lights dance above the mountains and reflect in the still waters is a moment that stays with you forever. A true bucket list experience for photographers and dreamers alike. The islands are also a haven for adventurers. Hiking trails wind through the mountains, leading to panoramic viewpoints where the world seems to stretch endlessly in every direction. Kayakers glide through crystal-clear fjords, exploring hidden coves and secret beaches. In winter, snow-covered peaks become a playground for skiers and snowboarders, offering thrills amid some of the wildest scenery imaginable. But perhaps what lingers most after a visit to Lofoten is the sense of tranquility. Life here moves at its own pace, shaped by the tides and the changing seasons. Whether you're wandering along a windswept beach, savoring fresh seafood in a cozy cafe, or simply sitting in awe as the northern lights ripple overhead, the islands invite you to slow down and connect with the world around you. For photographers, nature lovers, and anyone seeking a place of true wonder, Lofoten is a dream destination, one where every moment feels like a masterpiece painted by the hand of nature itself. Lefse is a cherished Norwegian flatbread, known for its soft, delicate texture and subtle, comforting flavor. Made primarily from potatoes and flour, lefse reflects generations of tradition, often passed down through family kitchens. The process begins with boiled potatoes, mashed until smooth and blended with flour, butter, and a touch of salt. The dough is then rolled into thin rounds and cooked on a griddle until golden spots appear. Served warm, lefse is typically spread with a generous layer of butter and sprinkled with sugar or cinnamon, creating a simple yet irresistible treat. While lefse is especially popular during holidays and festive gatherings, many enjoy it year-round as a nostalgic comfort food. Whether shared at a family table or enjoyed as a snack, lefse's gentle sweetness and pillowy texture offer a taste of Norwegian heritage, connecting people through the warmth of shared tradition and homemade goodness. At the very top of mainland Europe lies a place where nature's beauty meets the allure of the Arctic. Nordkapp, often called the North Cape. This iconic promontory in Norway stands as the continent's northernmost accessible point by road, perched dramatically atop towering cliffs that plunge into the endless expanse of the Barents Sea. For centuries, explorers, adventurers, and travelers have been drawn to this remote edge of the world, where the land ends and the Arctic begins. As you journey northward through the winding roads of Norway, the landscape transforms. Rolling hills give way to rugged tundra, dotted with resilient flora that thrives in the harsh climate. Approaching Nordkapp, the air grows crisp and invigorating, carrying the scent of salt and the promise of adventure. The road itself is a marvel, snaking across islands and over bridges, offering glimpses of reindeer roaming the wild and distant fishing villages clinging to the rocky shorelines. Arriving at Nordkapp, you're greeted by a panoramic vista that stretches beyond the horizon. Here, the cliffs rise more than 300 meters above the sea, creating a natural amphitheater for one of the world's most unique and breathtaking spectacles, the midnight sun. Each summer, from mid-May to late July, the sun never sets, instead hovering above the horizon in a golden arc that bathes the land in ethereal light. At midnight, the sun hangs low, casting long, surreal shadows and painting the sky in shades of orange, pink, and gold. It's a phenomenon that defies the ordinary rhythm of day and night, inviting visitors to experience time in a new, enchanted way. Standing at the edge of the cape, the iconic globe monument symbolizes the significance of this place, a marker for travelers who have reached the top of Europe. The wind here is often brisk, and the sea below churns with the relentless energy of the Arctic Ocean. Gulls wheel overhead, and the sound of crashing waves echoes up the cliffs, reminding you of nature's immense power and beauty. Nordkapp is more than just a geographic landmark. It's a place rich in culture and history. The indigenous Sami people have lived in these northern reaches for millennia, their traditions intertwined with the rhythms of the land and sea. Stories of early explorers, traders, and kings who ventured to these remote latitudes lend a sense of adventure and discovery to every visit. For those who seek more than just a quick glimpse, the Nordkapp area offers a wealth of experiences. Hiking trails meander across the windswept plateau, leading to hidden viewpoints and tranquil spots where you can sit in solitude, listening to the whisper of the Arctic wind. During the summer months, wildflowers bloom in defiance of the short, intense season, adding bursts of color to the otherwise stark landscape. In the visitor center carved into the cliffs, you can learn about the natural and cultural history of Nordkapp through immersive exhibits and films. Local cuisine, centered around fresh seafood and traditional recipes, provides a taste of Arctic Norway's unique flavors. And for those who stay through the night, the experience of watching the sun circle the sky without ever dipping below the horizon is unforgettable. A reminder of our planet's incredible diversity and wonder. Whether you come for the dramatic scenery, the midnight sun, or the sense of standing at the edge of the world, Nordkapp promises an adventure unlike any other. It's a place where the land meets the infinite, where every moment feels both timeless and fleeting, and where the spirit of exploration lives on. Smoked salmon is a delicacy that has captivated palates around the world, and nowhere is its reputation more celebrated than in Norway. Norwegian smoked salmon is renowned for its rich, silky texture and delicate, smoky flavor. The cold, clear waters of Norway provide the perfect environment for raising high-quality salmon, resulting in fish with a distinctive taste and exceptional quality. This gourmet treat is often enjoyed in simple yet elegant ways, thinly sliced and served atop fresh bread, perhaps with a touch of cream cheese or a sprinkle of capers. Another classic pairing is with a tangy dill sauce, which beautifully complements the salmon's subtle smokiness. Whether as part of a lavish breakfast, an appetizer at a festive gathering, or simply enjoyed on its own, Norwegian smoked salmon continues to be a symbol of culinary excellence, bringing a taste of the north to tables across the globe. Tucked away in the heart of Norway's rugged west coast lies a natural wonder that has captivated travelers for generations: Geirangerfjord. This spectacular fjord, etched deep into the landscape by ancient glaciers, stands as one of Norway's most iconic and beloved treasures. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, Geirangerfjord is more than just a breathtaking sight. It's a living testament to the raw, untamed beauty of the Nordic wilderness. As you approach the fjord, the grandeur of the scene unfolds before your eyes. Towering cliffs, some soaring over 1,000 meters high, rise dramatically from emerald green waters. Their sheer faces are adorned with a tapestry of lush forests, clinging impossibly to the rock. The sense of scale is humbling, as if the very earth has opened up to reveal a secret realm of serenity and power. What truly sets Geirangerfjord apart are its legendary waterfalls. Among the most famous are the Seven Sisters, a series of 7 slender streams that cascade gracefully down the mountainside, their mist catching the sunlight and creating fleeting rainbows. Directly across the fjord, the Suder waterfall tumbles with equal force, its legend intertwined with that of the Seven Sisters, adding a layer of myth and romance to the landscape. The Bridal Veil, another of the fjord's iconic falls, fans out delicately as it plunges toward the depths below, its elegant appearance giving it its evocative name. The waters of Geirangerfjord are deep and clear, reflecting the cliffs and sky in a mirror-like surface that changes with the shifting light. Early morning mists lend the fjord a mystical quality, while sunsets bathe the valley in golden hues, accentuating the rugged contours of the surrounding mountains. Here, nature's artistry is on full display, with every view offering a new perspective on this enchanting environment. For those seeking adventure and tranquility, Geirangerfjord is a paradise. Scenic cruises glide silently along its length, bringing visitors face to face with the grandeur of the cliffs and waterfalls. From the deck, the play of light and shadow, the roar of distant falls, and the occasional sighting of playful porpoises or soaring eagles create an immersive experience. These cruises provide not only unmatched views, but also a sense of connection with the fjord's ancient past, a place shaped by ice, water, and time itself. Hiking trails wind their way through the fjord's surrounding mountains, offering intrepid explorers the chance to witness the landscape from above. The journey to viewpoints such as Dalsnibba or Flydalsjuve rewards hikers with sweeping panoramas, views that have inspired countless artists, photographers, and travelers. Along the way, traditional mountain farms dot the hillsides, their weathered wooden buildings standing as reminders of the generations who have eked out a living in this remote, awe-inspiring setting. While the fjord's natural splendor is its main draw, the village of Geiranger at its head offers warmth and hospitality. Charming cafes, local handicrafts, and welcoming accommodations provide a comfortable base from which to explore. The village is also a gateway to learning about the fjord's history, geology, and cultural traditions, enriching the experience for every visitor. Geirangerfjord's enduring allure lies in its harmonious blend of majestic scenery and profound tranquility. Whether experienced from the water, the heights of the mountain trails, or the cozy embrace of the village, it leaves an indelible impression, a place where nature's grandeur and human wonder meet. For anyone seeking the essence of Norway's wild beauty, Geirangerfjord remains an unforgettable destination, inviting all who visit to pause, reflect, and marvel at the world's extraordinary landscapes. Fårikål, a humble yet beloved stew, holds a special place in the heart of Norwegian cuisine. Often celebrated as Norway's national dish, this comforting meal brings together tender pieces of lamb, hearty cabbage, and whole black peppercorns, all gently simmered for hours. The result is a rich, flavorful broth that warms both body and soul, especially on cold Scandinavian evenings. Traditionally, fårikål is enjoyed with simple boiled potatoes, allowing the natural flavors of the meat and cabbage to shine through. Its origins date back generations, rooted in Norway's rural traditions where hearty, nourishing meals were essential. Every autumn, families across Norway gather to share fårikål, turning the act of cooking and eating into a cherished ritual. More than just a dish, fårikål is a symbol of togetherness and Norwegian heritage, a taste of home that continues to bring people together year after year. Nestled at the head of the Oslo Fjord, where forests meet the sea and modern living intertwines with centuries of history, Oslo stands as a remarkable testament to Norway's rich heritage and innovative spirit. As the nation's capital, Oslo is more than just a political center. It is a living canvas where tradition and contemporary design come together, inviting visitors to explore its unique blend of old and new. The city's story begins over 1,000 years ago, with its roots tracing back to the Viking Age. Longboats once sailed these waters, and echoes of Norse legends still linger in the city's atmosphere. While Oslo embraces its ancient past, the city's skyline today is defined by striking modern architecture, glass and steel rising beside historic structures. This harmonious coexistence is a hallmark of Oslo, where every street seems to hold a story waiting to be discovered. At the heart of the city lies the Royal Palace, an elegant symbol of Norway's monarchy and national pride. Surrounded by beautifully manicured gardens and stately trees, the palace commands a gentle hill at the end of Karl Johans Gate, Oslo's bustling main boulevard. Built in the early 19th century, the Royal Palace is both a working residence for the Norwegian royal family and a cherished public landmark. Visitors can marvel at the daily changing of the guard, or stroll through Palace Park, where locals and tourists alike pause to enjoy the peaceful surroundings. The palace's neoclassical facade stands as a reminder of the city's regal history, while its open grounds reflect the openness and accessibility that define Norwegian society. Venture further, and you'll find yourself in Frogner Park, home to one of Oslo's most iconic attractions, the Vigeland Sculpture Park. This extraordinary open-air museum is the life's work of Norwegian sculptor Gustav Vigeland, who devoted decades to creating over 200 granite and bronze sculptures. The park is a celebration of the human experience, capturing joy, sorrow, love, and struggle in vivid detail. Towering in the center is the monolith, a breathtaking column carved from a single block of granite, depicting a tangle of human figures reaching skyward. As you wander among the sculptures, children at play, couples embracing, figures lost in contemplation, you encounter a powerful expression of life's journey, all set within lush green lawns and flowering gardens. No visit to Oslo would be complete without immersing yourself in its vibrant cultural scene, and the city's museums are among its most prized treasures. The Munch Museum stands out as a beacon for art lovers, dedicated to the life and work of Norway's most famous painter, Edvard Munch. Here, the haunting beauty of the Scream, along with countless other paintings, prints, and sketches, invite viewers into the mind of an artist who forever changed the landscape of modern art. The museum's sleek, modern building on the waterfront is itself a work of art, reflecting Oslo's commitment to contemporary design while safeguarding its artistic legacy. Through interactive exhibits and immersive displays, the Munch Museum offers a window into the creative soul of Norway, inspiring new generations to explore their own artistic passions. Beyond these highlights, Oslo's charm lies in its everyday life. The aroma of fresh coffee drifting from cozy cafes, the laughter of children echoing along the harbor, and the gentle hum of trams weaving through lively neighborhoods. With its world-class restaurants, cutting-edge architecture, and deep connection to nature, Oslo invites exploration at every turn. From the storied halls of the Royal Palace to the expressive figures of Vigeland Park and the bold masterpieces within the Munch Museum, Oslo is a city that honors its past while embracing the future. Here, the spirit of the Vikings lives on, not in conquest, but in creativity, innovation, and a warm welcome to all who arrive on its shores. Brunost, also known as brown cheese, is a unique Norwegian delicacy with a rich history and an unforgettable taste. Made from goat's milk whey, Brunost stands out for its sweet, caramel-like flavor and smooth, fudge-like texture. The cheese gets its distinct color and taste from a slow heating process, where the natural sugars in the milk caramelize, creating a deep brown hue and a flavor profile unlike any other cheese in the world. Norwegians have enjoyed Brunost for generations, often slicing it thin and serving it atop freshly baked bread or warm, crispy waffles. Its sweetness pairs perfectly with both savory and sweet accompaniments, making it a versatile favorite at breakfast tables and afternoon snacks. For many, Brunost is more than just cheese. It's a taste of tradition, a reminder of home, and a symbol of Norway's culinary heritage. If you're ever in Norway, don't miss the chance to try this iconic treat. Rising majestically above the turquoise waters of Norway's Fjord, Preikestolen, also known as Pulpit Rock, stands as one of the country's most iconic natural wonders. With its sheer cliff face dropping 604 meters straight down to the fjord below, it has captivated hikers, adventurers, and photographers from around the globe. But what is it about this colossal rock formation that draws nearly 300,000 visitors each year? The journey to Preikestolen begins long before you set foot on the trail. Located in the Ryfylke region of southwestern Norway, reaching the starting point is an adventure in itself. Travelers often arrive via ferry or car from the city of Stavanger, winding their way through scenic valleys, dense forests, and charming Norwegian villages. The anticipation builds as the landscape grows more dramatic, hinting at the breathtaking views that await. The hike to Pulpit Rock is a rite of passage for nature lovers visiting Norway. While the trail is approximately 8 kilometers round trip, it's considered accessible for most moderately fit hikers. The path winds through a varied landscape, beginning with pine forests and marshy stretches before giving way to rocky terrain and natural stone steps. Along the way, the air is crisp and clean, carrying the scent of moss and wildflowers. Tiny streams trickle across the path, and occasional bursts of birdsong remind hikers of the vibrant life that thrives in this rugged environment. As you ascend, the views become more expansive. The forest thins, revealing glimpses of distant mountains and the shimmering ribbon of Fjord below. Each turn in the trail brings a new perspective, making it impossible not to pause and soak in the scenery. For many, the journey is as rewarding as the destination itself, a chance to disconnect from the rush of daily life and reconnect with the raw beauty of the Norwegian wilderness. After about 2 hours of steady climbing, the trail opens onto the vast, flat plateau of Preikestolen. Here, the full majesty of the cliff is revealed. The rock juts out over the fjord, its surface surprisingly broad and level, as if nature itself carved a pulpit from which to address the towering peaks and deep waters below. Standing at the edge, with the wind whipping past and the fjord stretching endlessly into the distance, there's an undeniable sense of awe. The drop is dizzying, and yet, the sheer scale of the landscape inspires a feeling of calm and perspective. It's no wonder that Preikestolen has become a symbol of Norway's wild, untamed spirit. Photographers flock to the site at sunrise and sunset, when the low light paints the cliffs in gold and amber hues, casting long shadows across the fjord. Some daring visitors inch closer to the edge for that perfect shot, while others simply sit and savor the silence, interrupted only by the occasional call of a seabird or the whisper of the wind. Preikestolen's appeal isn't limited to summer. In spring and autumn, the crowds thin and the landscape transforms with the changing seasons. Early mornings might bring a veil of mist over the fjord, creating an ethereal atmosphere. Even in winter, adventurous souls clad in proper gear can experience the magic of the cliff dusted in snow, though the hike becomes more challenging. But above all, Preikestolen is a reminder of nature's power and grandeur. It invites us to step outside our comfort zones, to seek out new horizons, and to marvel at the world's wonders. Whether you're a seasoned hiker or a first-time visitor, standing atop Pulpit Rock is an experience that stays with you, a testament to the enduring allure of Norway's wild places. Kjøttkaker, the beloved Norwegian-style meatballs, are a true comfort food cherished across Norway. These hearty meat patties are made from a mix of ground beef, onions, breadcrumbs, and simple spices, shaped by hand and pan-fried until beautifully browned. What makes kjøttkaker distinct from other meatballs is their rustic, larger size and the signature brown gravy that blankets them. This savory gravy, often enriched with a splash of stock and a hint of cream, soaks into the meat and infuses the plate with rich, homey flavors. Traditionally, kjøttkaker are served alongside boiled potatoes, their soft texture perfectly complementing the tender meat. A spoonful of sweet, tart lingonberry jam completes the meal, offering a delightful contrast that brightens every bite. Whether enjoyed at a family dinner or a festive gathering, kjøttkaker embodies the warmth and tradition of Norwegian cuisine, bringing people together around the table. Nestled in the heart of Norway's wild and breathtaking landscape lies the Sognefjord, an ancient marvel shaped by glaciers over millions of years. Stretching for more than 200 kilometers inland from the North Sea and plunging to depths of over 1,300 meters, the Sognefjord is not only Norway's longest and deepest fjord, but also one of Earth's most awe-inspiring natural wonders. Its sheer cliffs, emerald waters, and picture-perfect villages have lured travelers from across the globe, offering a journey into a realm where nature's raw grandeur meets timeless Scandinavian charm. The story of Sognefjord begins long before the arrival of human settlers. During the last ice age, powerful glaciers carved their way through the mountains, leaving behind a valley that filled with seawater as the ice retreated. Today, the fjord's dramatic landscapes, towering mountains, cascading waterfalls, and lush forests offer a living testament to these ancient forces. Every bend in the fjord reveals a new vista, jagged peaks reflected in glassy blue waters, remote farms perched on impossible slopes, and hidden coves only accessible by boat. Travelers often embark on their journey at the western mouth of the Sognefjord, where the waters of the North Sea meet the rugged Norwegian coastline. As you cruise inland, the landscape begins to change. The coastline gives way to steep, forested mountains, their slopes sometimes dropping straight into the fjord's depths below. The air is crisp and pure, carrying the scent of pine and salt, while the silence is interrupted only by the distant sound of waterfalls tumbling down rock faces. One of the most popular ways to experience the Sognefjord is by scenic cruise. Modern ferries and traditional vessels alike glide effortlessly across the water, passing through narrow straits and wide expanses, beneath dizzying cliffs and past solitary lighthouses. As you drift along, it's easy to imagine the Vikings who once navigated these very waters, their long ships slicing through the mist as they ventured inland. Today's cruises offer a more leisurely experience, with panoramic decks perfect for soaking in the views, and knowledgeable guides sharing stories of the fjord's history, geology, and vibrant local culture. Along the way, the Sognefjord is dotted with picturesque villages, each with its own unique character and allure. Among the most enchanting is Flåm, nestled at the innermost point of the Aurlandsfjord, a branch of the Sognefjord itself. Flåm's idyllic setting, surrounded by towering mountains and lush valleys, makes it a favorite stop for visitors. The village is best known for the Flam railway, one of the world's steepest and most scenic train journeys. The railway climbs nearly 900 meters from sea level to the mountain station at Myrdal, passing through tunnels, over bridges, and beside roaring waterfalls. The journey offers breathtaking views at every turn, and is often described as a marvel of engineering and natural beauty combined. Flam is also a gateway to outdoor adventure. Kayaking on the fjord's tranquil waters, hiking through verdant forests, or cycling along quiet country roads. There are countless ways to immerse yourself in the landscape. For those seeking a taste of local culture, Flam offers cozy cafes, artisan bakeries, and the renowned Ægir brewery, where you can sample craft beers inspired by Norse mythology. Further along the Sognefjord, another gem awaits, the village of Balestrand. With its charming wooden villas, lush gardens, and sweeping views of the fjord, Balestrand has long been a retreat for artists, writers, and travelers seeking inspiration. Its legacy as a cultural haven dates back to the 19th century, when European painters flocked here to capture the beauty of the fjord on canvas. Today, visitors can stroll along the waterfront, admire the historic Kviknes Hotel, a grand wooden building that has welcomed guests since 1877, or visit the Sognefjord Aquarium to discover the rich marine life of the region. Balestrand also serves as a base for exploring the surrounding natural wonders. Trails wind through orchards and forests, leading to panoramic viewpoints and ancient stave churches, whose intricate wooden carvings tell stories of a time when Norse gods and Christian saints vied for the hearts of the people. The village's peaceful atmosphere and welcoming locals provide a perfect setting to relax, reflect, and absorb the rhythms of fjord life. Beyond Flåm and Balestrand, the Sognefjord region is a tapestry of hidden treasures. The UNESCO-listed Urnes Stave Church, perched on a hillside overlooking the fjord, is the oldest stave church in Norway and a masterpiece of medieval architecture. Its richly decorated portals and wooden carvings offer a glimpse into the spiritual life of the early Norwegians. Meanwhile, the Fjærland arm of the fjord is home to the Norwegian Glacier Museum and the majestic Jostedalsbreen Glacier, where visitors can hike on the ice or learn about the forces that shaped the landscape. In every season, the Sognefjord offers a different kind of magic. In spring and summer, wildflowers bloom along the hillsides, and the days stretch into endless light. Autumn brings a tapestry of red and gold as the forests prepare for winter's embrace. And in the colder months, snow blankets the mountains, and the fjord becomes a quiet, almost mystical place where the northern lights dance in the night sky. Yet perhaps the true wonder of the Sognefjord lies not just in its scenery, but in the sense of peace and awe it inspires. Here, in the presence of ancient mountains and deep, silent waters, time seems to slow. Visitors are reminded of the enduring power of nature and the beauty that arises when land, sea, and sky meet in perfect harmony. Whether you come for adventure or tranquility, history or natural splendor, the Sognefjord promises an unforgettable journey. Its landscapes linger in the memory long after you leave, calling you back to a place where the heart of Norway beats in rhythm with the tides. So set sail on the Sognefjord and discover a world where nature and tradition create a symphony of wonder waiting to be explored. Rakfisk is a bold and fascinating delicacy that hails from the heart of Norway. Made from trout that has been salted and left to ferment for several months, Rakfisk is a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of Nordic culinary traditions. The process begins by carefully cleaning and salting the fish, then storing it in airtight containers where natural fermentation transforms its flavor and texture. When ready, Rakfisk is served uncooked, offering a pungent aroma and a complex, tangy taste that adventurous eaters savor. Traditionally, it's enjoyed with soft flatbread and a generous dollop of sour cream, which balance out the rich, intense flavors of the fermented fish. For many Norwegians, Rakfisk isn't just food. It's a cherished ritual, bringing friends and families together in the colder months. While it may be an acquired taste, Rakfisk remains a unique and unforgettable Nordic treat. Nestled along Norway's rugged western coastline, where deep blue waters meet jagged peaks and islands dot the horizon, lies the town of Alesund, a place where history, architecture, and natural beauty converge in a truly remarkable way. To wander the streets of Alesund today is to step into a living work of art, shaped by both catastrophe and creativity, and embraced on all sides by the wild grandeur of the Norwegian landscape. The story of Alesund begins like that of many Scandinavian towns, with fishing. For centuries, it was a humble settlement, its people earning their livelihood from the bounty of the surrounding sea. The town's location was no accident. Perched across several islands connected by bridges and causeways, Ålesund offered easy access to herring-rich waters, and its harbor bustled with fishing boats, merchants, and travelers. Life here was dictated by the rhythms of the ocean and the seasons. But everything changed in the early hours of January 23, 1904. On that fateful night, a small fire broke out in a local factory. Fanned by fierce winter winds, the flames spread rapidly through the wooden buildings that made up much of the town. Within hours, the heart of Ålesund was reduced to smoldering ruins. Miraculously, only one life was lost. But 10,000 people, virtually the entire population, were left homeless in the depths of winter. Though the disaster was devastating, it also set the stage for Ålesund's transformation. News of the fire traveled quickly, and help poured in from across Norway and beyond. Most famously, Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, a frequent visitor to the Norwegian coast, sent ships loaded with supplies and even temporary shelters. With support from around the world and a resilient spirit, the townspeople set about the daunting task of rebuilding. But Ålesund would not be rebuilt as it was. Instead, the town's leaders saw an opportunity to create something entirely new. A modern city, inspired by the latest ideas in urban design and architecture. At the time, the Art Nouveau movement was sweeping through Europe, celebrating organic forms, flowing lines, and decorative flourishes. When young Norwegian architects, many of them trained in Germany and influenced by this style, arrived to help reconstruct the town, a vision began to take shape. In less than 3 years, Ålesund was reborn. Rising from the ashes was a city unlike any other in Norway. Its streets lined with elegant buildings adorned with turrets, spires, floral motifs, and whimsical details. The pastel-colored facades and ornamented windows reflected the optimism and creative energy of a new century. Today, Ålesund is often called the Art Nouveau town, and its unique architectural heritage is celebrated as one of the finest examples of the style anywhere in the world. Walking through the town center, you can't help but be enchanted by the intricate stonework, curved balconies, and playful sculptures that adorn nearly every building. The streets undulate gently, following the contours of the islands, and at every turn, the eye is drawn to another delightful detail. A carved seahorse here, a sunburst there, or a delicate ironwork railing. The Jugendstilcenteret, or Art Nouveau Center, housed in the Old Swan Pharmacy, offers a fascinating glimpse into the movement, with exhibitions, artifacts, and immersive displays that bring the era to life. Yet, for all its architectural charm, what truly sets Ålesund apart is its setting. The town is surrounded by nature in its most dramatic forms. To the west, the Atlantic Ocean stretches out, dotted with islets and skerries. To the east, the Sunnmøre Alps rise sharply, their snow-capped peaks mirrored in deep fjords. The nearby island of Aksla looms over the town, and a climb up the 418 steps to its summit rewards visitors with panoramic views that are nothing short of breathtaking. The orderly Art Nouveau buildings below, the bustling harbor, and the endless expanse of sea and mountains beyond. The interplay between town and landscape is everywhere you look. Fishing boats and ferries come and go, while kayakers and sailors explore the sheltered waters. The surrounding mountains offer endless opportunities for hiking, skiing, and adventure, with trails leading to waterfalls, lakes, and remote viewpoints. In summer, the region is bathed in the soft glow of the midnight sun, while winter brings long nights, northern lights, and a cozy atmosphere in the town's cafes and restaurants. Ålesund's connection to the sea remains vital. The town is a gateway to the UNESCO-listed Geirangerfjord, one of Norway's most spectacular natural wonders, where sheer cliffs plunge into turquoise waters and waterfalls cascade from dizzying heights. It's also home to the Atlanterhavsparken, one of Northern Europe's largest saltwater aquariums, where visitors can learn about marine life and the importance of sustainable fishing. Every year, festivals celebrate the sea's bounty, from herring feasts to colorful boat parades. But Ålesund is more than just a pretty face or a hub for tourists. It's a living, thriving community with a proud sense of identity. Local traditions are kept alive through music, food, and craftsmanship. The town's cultural scene is vibrant, with galleries, theaters, and museums showcasing both contemporary creativity and the rich heritage of the region. Whether you're sampling fresh seafood at a harborfront restaurant, browsing local boutiques, or simply soaking up the atmosphere at an outdoor cafe, you'll find that Ålesund's welcoming spirit is as enduring as its stunning architecture. In recent years, Ålesund has also emerged as a center for innovation, particularly in marine technology and sustainable development. The town's universities and research institutes are at the forefront of efforts to balance economic growth with environmental responsibility, ensuring that the natural beauty that defines the region will be preserved for generations to come. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about Ålesund is how it has turned adversity into opportunity, blending the best of old and new. From the ashes of the 1904 fire, a town was reborn, not just rebuilt, but reimagined, with a sense of artistry and ambition that continues to inspire all who visit. Surrounded by the ever-changing moods of sea and sky, cradled by mountains and islands, Ålesund stands today as a testament to the resilience of its people, the power of creativity, and the enduring allure of Norway's wild western coast. Whether you come for the architecture, the scenery, the history, or simply to breathe in the salty air and savor the tranquility of a place where land and water meet, Ålesund will capture your heart and linger in your memory long after you've left its storied shores. Lutefisk is a dish steeped in tradition and history, especially in Scandinavian countries. It begins with dried whitefish, most commonly cod, that has been preserved through air drying, a method passed down for generations. The unique transformation occurs when the dried fish is soaked in cold water to rehydrate, then treated with lye. This process gives lutefisk its distinct gelatinous texture, as the lye alters the protein structure of the fish. After several days, the fish is thoroughly rinsed to remove any traces of lye, making it safe and ready to cook. Lutefisk is often served as part of a festive Christmas meal, surrounded by classic accompaniments like boiled potatoes, creamy white sauces, green peas, and sometimes crisp bread or lefse. While its strong aroma and unusual consistency might surprise newcomers, lutefisk remains a cherished part of Nordic culinary heritage, bringing families together each holiday season to honor their roots and share in a time-honored feast. Nestled well above the Arctic Circle, Tromsø is a city where the extraordinary becomes the everyday. Known as the gateway to the Arctic, this Norwegian gem sits amid snow-capped mountains and deep blue fjords, offering one of the most magical settings on Earth. For many, Tromsø is synonymous with one of the most breathtaking natural phenomena, the aurora borealis, or northern lights. Here in the long polar nights, the sky comes alive with swirling ribbons of green, purple, and pink, dancing overhead in a silent, ethereal ballet. The unique geographic position of Tromsø makes it one of the world's best places to witness this celestial spectacle, drawing travelers from every corner of the globe. But the magic of Tromsø goes far beyond its night sky. The city is alive with authentic Arctic experiences, each offering a glimpse into the wild, beautiful world of the far north. Imagine gliding across a snowy landscape behind a team of enthusiastic huskies, their paws kicking up powder as you wind through pristine forests and frozen valleys. Dog sledding here is more than a thrill. It's a tradition, a way to connect with nature and feel the powerful bond between human and animal forged in the Arctic wilderness. Tromsø is also a living tapestry of Sami culture, the indigenous people of northern Scandinavia. Here, centuries-old customs are woven into the fabric of daily life. Visitors have the opportunity to join Sami guides in their traditional lavu tents, warmed by crackling fires and the gentle notes of joik, an ancient form of song. You can listen to stories passed down through generations, try your hand at lassoing reindeer, or learn about the vital role these animals play in Sami life. Sampling traditional Sami cuisine, often based on reindeer meat and wild berries, offers yet another window into a culture deeply attuned to the rhythms of the Arctic landscape. Winter in Tromsø is a season of contrasts. Days are short, but the darkness is anything but empty. The city itself pulses with life and color, From its vibrant cafes and bustling markets to its iconic wooden houses painted in cheerful hues. The polar night, when the sun doesn't rise for weeks, brings its own kind of light. Soft, blue twilight that paints the world in dreamlike shades. Locals embrace this time with warmth and celebration, hosting festivals, concerts, and community gatherings that turn cold nights into cozy memories. For the adventurous, Tromsø offers a playground of Arctic activities. Snowmobiling across vast open tundra, ice fishing on frozen lakes, and cross-country skiing under the stars are just a few ways to experience the wild beauty of this region. Even the wildlife here is special. Watch for majestic sea eagles soaring overhead, or take a boat trip to spot whales gliding through icy waters. Yet perhaps the greatest gift of Tromsø is the sense of wonder and connection it inspires. Standing on a quiet hillside, watching the northern lights flicker and pulse above, you can't help but feel both small and infinite, part of something much larger than yourself. It's a place where nature's extremes foster resilience, where ancient traditions thrive alongside modern life, and where every moment is touched by the magic of the Arctic. Whether you come in search of adventure, culture, or simply the chance to witness the aurora's luminous dance, Tromsø offers an experience like no other, a journey to the top of the world, where the ordinary fades away and the extraordinary is just another night in the Arctic. Nestled on Norway's rugged western coastline, Bergen is a city that feels like it's been woven from the threads of myth and beauty. Cradled by 7 majestic mountains, Bergen's natural surroundings have shaped its character for centuries. As you wander its winding streets, it's easy to see why artists, travelers, and seafarers alike have been drawn here, captivated by the city's unique blend of history, culture, and breathtaking landscapes. Bergen's story begins over 900 years ago, when it was founded as a hub for commerce and trade. Today, it still holds the title of Norway's second-largest city, yet it retains an atmosphere more akin to a welcoming village than a bustling metropolis. The heart of Bergen beats strongest at the Bergen Wharf, where rows of colorful wooden houses stand as a testament to the city's Hanseatic past. These iconic structures, painted in hues of red, yellow, and ochre, line the harbor with a cheerful vibrancy, their pointed gables reflecting centuries of mercantile tradition. Each house has its own story, with creaking floorboards and narrow corridors that once echoed with the footsteps of merchants from across Europe. Strolling through Bergen is like stepping into a living museum. The area is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's no wonder why. Here, history is tangible, woven into the very fabric of the buildings and the cobblestone alleys that wind between them. Artisans' workshops, cozy cafes, and galleries now occupy these ancient spaces, offering an inviting blend of old-world charm and modern creativity. Yet, Bergen's appeal stretches far beyond its historic harbor. The city is famously known as the gateway to the fjords, serving as the starting point for countless journeys into Norway's most spectacular natural wonders. From the city, visitors can embark on scenic cruises that weave through deep, glacial-carved valleys, where sheer cliffs rise dramatically from dark, still waters. The Sognefjord and Geirangerfjord are within easy reach, each offering a landscape that feels both timeless and awe-inspiring. Along these waterways, waterfalls tumble down emerald slopes, tiny villages cling to the shorelines, and the air carries the crisp scent of pine and salt. Back in the city, Bergen's relationship with nature is ever present. The 7 mountains encircling Bergen invite exploration, whether you're an avid hiker or simply looking for a panoramic view. Mount Flåm, one of the most accessible peaks, can be reached by a charming funicular ride that ascends through forests and pastures. At the summit, the city unfolds below like a patchwork quilt, bordered by the sparkling waters of the fjord and the rugged peaks beyond. For those seeking a greater challenge, the hike up Mount Ulriken, the tallest of the 7, offers a rewarding adventure and sweeping vistas that stretch all the way to the North Sea. But Bergen is more than just stunning scenery. Its vibrant cultural scene pulses with life throughout the year. The city boasts a rich tradition in music and the arts, reflected in its many festivals, museums, and galleries. The Bergen International Festival, held each spring, draws performers and audiences from around the world, filling the city with music, dance, and theatrical performances. Local cuisine is another highlight, with fresh seafood taking center stage. Salmon, cod, and shellfish brought in daily from the cold, clear waters nearby. No matter the season, Bergen's weather adds another layer of character. Misty rain often cloaks the city, earning it the affectionate nickname, the City of Rain. But locals embrace the drizzle with a smile, saying it only makes the colors of Bergen brighter and the surrounding nature more lush. In Bergen, history, culture, and nature are inseparable. Whether you're exploring ancient wharves, setting sail for the fjords, or simply savoring a coffee in a cozy cafe while the rain taps gently on the window, the city's charm is undeniable. Bergen is more than just a gateway. It's an invitation to experience the magic of Norway's west coast, one colorful moment at a time. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the SangCnd-Travel channel. Your encouragement and enthusiasm truly mean the world to us. If you enjoyed this content and found it helpful or inspiring, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. By doing so, you'll stay up to date with all our latest adventures, tips, and travel stories from around the globe. Every like and subscription helps the channel grow and reach more fellow travelers, making it possible for us to bring you even more exciting journeys and helpful guides. We appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of this community. Thank you again for joining us on this adventure. There's so much more to explore together, so stay tuned for upcoming destinations and unforgettable experiences. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.